Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out this new VOLTAIK. It's called VOLTAIK Redeemed, aka Light VOLTAIK as people like to call it. And so today I'm going to do an analysis. We're going to go ahead and check out the skill sets and everything. And it is going to be a free Legends Pass monster. So that's pretty exciting. Everybody's going to have their hands on it. And today we're going to go ahead and check out this new monster to see whether or not if he's good or not. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go and get started. So ladies and gentlemen, the name is VOLTAIK Redeemed, and this was posted on Monsters' Twitter, so take a look at this. We got the design. The design looks pretty cool, I've got to say. I mean, look at that. So he's going to be on the good side. He is in the good legion, as you used to see, and the superheroes book as well, which is pretty sweet, because I'm actually lacking in that book, so I'm definitely maxing this monster out as soon as possible. So it's definitely going to be meta, because, here, let's go ahead and start. Okay, so traits. You have immune to hardened, I believe that is. It's either hardened or tough, one of the two. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. It's not that good anyway. Rank 1, you have immune to electrified, by the way. That little trait you see right there is electrified. So you have immunity to it. I just wish it was immune to shock instead. I feel like that would have been a lot better. But anyways, look at that. Status caster evasion. So this monster will have evasion. Now, if we go ahead and look right about here on this, you guys can see that the status caster evasion is only to himself at rank 3, but it's still worth it, so I'd recommend getting it. Okay, now in terms of relics, as you used to see, there is mask and sword, so the same exact thing as the dark VOLTAIK, what he had, so that's very good. That's what I was concerning about. Like, what if this monster will have like really bad relics, like double, let's say, armor, or I know the armor probably not that, double, let's see, double what, sword, right? So double sword, for example, I would have disliked that a lot, unless they give him his own relic, his own sword, where basically regenerates stamina while dealing damage, then sure. But I really like the relic slots. I'm glad that it's kind of like a copy and paste in a way in terms of relics and some of the skills. We'll see in just a second. But anyways, oh, that rank 0 is actually tough, so I guess that's better than hardened. That's good. You guys can see the stats at level 100, by the way, but here this is at level 150, the stats. You guys probably can't see it because of my webcam, but basically the stats are 26,368 power, pretty good power, 14,464 speed, and 397,841 life. The life could have been better though, I've got to say. But anyways, besides all of that, guys, I do like the books, and I do like the element, the double element that always comes in handy. For example, light and thunder. So that's actually pretty good. This monster won't get one shot by Serpentix and Cupid, you know what I mean? So that's just good. Now, in terms of skills, look at this. The 4 skills that they mentioned here, one of them is Magic Love, which is an Anticipation Hater, and Evasion to itself. Now, last time we saw Anticipation Hater was with Kinecro. So this monster also has Anticipation Hater, which is very sweet. So, you know, if he applies that Anticipation Hater, I just wish it was like a status caster or something for himself that he gets, you know, as a status caster at specific rank, so that you don't really have to apply it as a skill, or even if you do have to apply it, it'll give you an extra turn at least. But sadly, it's not like that. So yeah, but at least it comes with evasion, so you're protecting it, you know what I mean? Then you have Light Assault, which is a low light damage to an enemy, gives 1 extra turn to itself. Looks like there's no cooldown. It doesn't say it requires cooldown, so that is going to be a skill that you can spam forever, continuously. So if you have a skill like that, while you have another 2 extra turn skills, or just another extra turn in general, you can spam forever, basically. So we can already see that this monster can actually spam forever, just like the other 2 VOLTAIKs that are in the game. Now you also have Thunder Spark, which is a 30% stamina to itself, moderate thunder damage to all enemies. I don't think anybody's gonna run that, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure he has another extra turn skill, which we're gonna get into in just a second. Then you have Light Shocks, which is a moderate light damage to an enemy, moderate light damage to all enemies, and then gives 1 extra turn to itself. So again, it's just one of those, it's the same skill as Dark VOLTAIK, you know, with his dark skill where he deals some damage and then damage to everybody else while getting an extra turn. It's literally the same exact thing. So back to this right here. This is important. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so you guys can actually see this better. So actually, let me zoom in even more. Okay, but anyways, you guys can see the books, but here we're gonna start off with the basic attacks. The returned moderate light damage to one enemy. It comes with repentance as well. I don't think anybody's really gonna run that. You do have a low thunder damage to all enemies, which is AMP power. I don't think anybody's gonna run that either. Now you do have 20,000 volts, just like the original VOLTAIK and the dark VOLTAIK, 20,000 volts, is carried on, and that is an extra turn skill, which I don't think it was mentioned right here, so that's another extra turn skill. So that's very good, and I highly recommend running that skill. Light Assault is what you want to run, like a must-have skill. That's like a must-have skill that you want to run, because if you can never really go wrong with that skill. You know what I mean? If you end up cycling your skill incorrectly, it's okay, because you can always just get it back, all of them back off of cooldown with that skill. Again, Anticipation Hater with evasion. I don't think many's gonna run that unless you have like some type of play. And then Light Shocks, we already seen that. 50,000 volts is also another extra turn skill, which I don't think it was mentioned right here. So I would recommend running, obviously, 50,000 volts, 20,000 volts, and the good old Light Assault for the 3 skills. And then for the final one, probably Light Shocks, because that gives you an extra turn as well while you're dealing an AoE skill. And AoE skill is always a good skill to run. You do have the Light of Love, which is a Anticipation Hater, area dodge, and evasion to itself. So if you want to go ahead and go with a dodge area skill, I would recommend going with Light of Love instead of, which one was it? Magic Love, definitely, because it comes with dodge area as well. Light Within, damage boost to itself, removes all tortures from itself. So he does have a damage boost with the NER, kind of. But the NER is just a torture removal. You do have Redemption Raise, which is a low light damage to one enemy, moderate light damage to all enemies, applies repentance. Now, some people might run that, but I don't think many really will run that. Again, me personally, I'm just going to copy and paste what I have on my Dark VOLTAIK over to this one, because you can never go wrong with those 4 skills. Again, the 4 best skills would be to run 50,000 volts, the Light Shocks, and 20,000 volts with Light Assault. Those are the 4 that you want to run on this mythic monster. 4 only. Now, in terms of how good he is, I wouldn't say he's as good as Dark VOLTAIK, but here's the thing, okay? There's pros and cons, honestly. Let me go ahead and talk about that, okay? So Dark VOLTAIK, he's very good. He's like literally the best. The only thing that kind of sucks about him is, I guess, his element in the current meta, but I don't think we've seen him being used too much. Well, I guess I haven't seen it being used too much in PvP nowadays, but because of his element, you know, he can get one shot by Cupid and HyperX. That's the only issue. I don't think the same thing applies to this monster, because it's a light element, right, with Thunder, but then that's also vice versa. If you're facing Serpentix and Cupid, it's gonna take you some time to eliminate them because you're a light monster. Now, I don't think it should be an issue much, because you can basically spam forever, and you do have 2 relics that will, well, 1 relic that will actually help stamina regen, and if you're going to run a talent, that's also going to help you out, you know, regenerate stamina. Hopefully they do release a really good stamina regen talent, kind of like the Adeline Injector that we had back in Metro era for Dark VOLTAIK, and as you can see, Dark VOLTAIK still being used even after so many eras, so a monster like this will last a long time. So I would recommend maxing this out as soon as possible, guys. Again, everybody should have their hands on VOLTAIK redeemed, because it is going to be a free monster. So yeah, as you guys can see, it will be in the Galactic era, so it's not like it's going to be a new era or something. It's going to be in the Galactic era. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about VOLTAIK redeemed, or as some people like to call it, Light VOLTAIK. What do you guys think about him? Do you guys like him or not? I would say he's pretty good, but I like my Dark VOLTAIK more. But obviously I'm going to max this one out as well. So thank you all so much for watching today's monster video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.